So, Migasimus here. It's been a while since we've had a video, and this one's a bit of a different one. But today I really want to talk about Vivinsect. So, if you guys haven't checked out Betrayal for Path of Exile, has been, teased. It got teased a few days ago. And they showcased some of the Veiled stuff, and they showcased some uniques. And when I read this, I was really interested. This ring is actually really crazy. Okay, so let's see. In case you guys don't know what this is an unset ring, kind of like, your Essence Worm and Void Eye and all that stuff. But this one has our new... Oh, that's awkward. Let's make that something visible. So this has our new Veiled modifiers, and they had teased what some of them were. One of them was like +1 totems can be summoned. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, and there's a lot more. Of course, we don't know what they are, but there's gonna be some crazy things. It also has -2 to total mana cost of skills for each corrupted item equipped. I like the idea of it. It's like a kind of like a Praxis that can scale to much higher levels. But I don't know, builds that are going to run fully corrupted stuff, maybe like, what's that helmet called? Vol's Protection, like, that would make sense. But, at the same time, wouldn't like, oh, that's just too much to do right there. Now, what I'm really, really interested in is our +5 socket to aura gems, and the fact that we get 15 life regenerated per second for each uncorrupted item equipped. That mod, this mod right here, that is stupid. I can see this build being amazing in Righteous Fire builds, because you put 2 of these on, you have nothing corrupted. Each of these rings is going to give you 150 life regenerated per second, because you can have up to 10 items, which means when you have, when you have 2 of these, then you're going to have, 300 life regenerated from just that. Like, let's say you have 7,000 health in your RF builds, right? Well, 300% of that is approximately equal to 4.3% of life regenerated. That on a Righteous Fire is pretty good. Like, of course it's not, the best, but damn, for rings, these are crazy. Because normally, so, some Righteous Fire builds would run, Kikazaru, and those are rings that are going to give you fire res, I think lightning res, and they give you 1 life regenerated per player level, which means that goes up to like 100 max, and let's say that's if you get your Righteous Fire level 100. Your build to 100, sorry. And that means each of those rings are only going to give you 100. This gives you 150, like, that's a bigger number. I'm going to use a different color now. So, that's cool. Righteous Fire, of course, to make them really good, you're going to have Purity Fire, which is going to give you fire res, and then for every, level it goes, there's little checkpoints, I guess you could say, and those are going to give you +1 to maximum fire res. So, yeah, you're going to put this in there, like, no joke. And then the other ring, you're going to put your Vitality, because that's just more life regenerated per second. Now, sure, it has, like, some drawbacks, like socketed gems have 10% increased mana res. Now, I know when I played a Righteous Fire build, I had Purity of Fire, Vitality, and what's the one that gives you armor? Determination, I think. So, I mean, I doubt you'll have enough space to put Determination, but I mean, shit, this ring is just absurd. Your 79 attributes, that's not, that's not too bad. Like, that's good, Like, let's say you're using Dude and Cerebi as your weapon for Righteous Fire. Shit, that's like 34 more strength. That's I don't know how much damage it is. I don't know the scalings on that weapon, to be honest. But, you know, it's pretty cool. Um, I'm pretty sure if any of you have looked up this ring before, you can tell that it is a combination of Void Eye and let's go Essence Worm. I mean, you know, it has the Void Eye. That, I mean, that's all Void Eye has, and they have their Loras tied together, which I think is actually pretty cool. Like, you know, Parasite, as mentioned in Essence Worm, and then something about there has to do with Void Eye. It has Essence Worm properties like, oh, look, this gets more shit. But then you have, you know, these two mods right here, and they're interesting. But I mean, this mod, again, that is making the ring. This ring, there's no way there will not be a good ass meta build that does not use this ring. Like, it is absurd. This ring will probably go for, I'm gonna bet over an Exalt. Like, this is gonna be a high value ring that people are gonna hunt down for. And not to mention, it has our Veiled modifier. Now, I was talking to my friend about this, and these Veiled modifiers are gonna, like, smash his Lee, because, like, let's say, I don't know what they are. I'm just gonna come up with some. Let's say one of them's like, you know, I honestly don't know. Like, let's say you get more fire damage or something, more life regenerate per second. Let's say that's a Veiled modifier for some horrible reason, right? You trying to buy one of these on PoE.trade or whatever you use. That's what I typically use. That's what a lot of people use. You know, those are gonna have you. Those are probably gonna have already set Veiled modifiers, which is gonna destroy their prices because they're gonna be like, +1 max skeletons. Like, sure, that could be good in some scenarios, but it could be so much better in others. If you had a blank, like, blank modifiers are gonna be go for a good amount because, you know, you go set that to wherever you want. Having that life regenerated one, let's say that exists still, that's gonna send this ring, you know, like through the roof in price. Like, damn, dude, that's like fat money, you know. And yeah, I think this ring is absurd. If you guys have any thoughts on it, you know, put in the comments. Like, subscribe. I'm just a poor college kid, man. I need all the support I could get. You feel me? All right, guys. I'll see you next time then.